without scratching your disc. They will get worn over time, and some of them won't load. Maybe you bought some on eBay and they're not loading. Today, we're going to talk about the JFJ CD cleaner, which can actually restore and polish and potentially even sand these discs to bring them new life. So this works for audio discs, gaming discs, Blu-ray discs, DVDs. And we'll talk about this particular machine, how to use it, and the results. We'll also talk about some other methods as well to clean your discs. And your discs will be doing this again.
Metallica is here!
So you're gonna pay me for this video, right?
But how much did you want?
We set $200.
$200. So, like, honestly, some people out there watching this video might just be able to get this
and clean
a disc.
Yeah,
it might work.
It takes the dirt off. But
yeah.
I would definitely.
And then there's also the toothpaste option too. So you use like toothpaste.
I've toothpaste before, and it didn't work, and I put machines in this, and it works after this.
Yeah, all my banger games that are slightly messed up. These are all really expensive. Especially this one is $100.
Yeah, we got to be careful with that one.
Put that one last.
But
these are all games they're really good games. Well, this one isn't necessarily a really good game. It's a good game, Metropoint. But I brought it because it was a library rental. Oh yeah. So can you imagine like
got some usage?
This is the Metroid from the library. Scratches. You get the disc.
Yep.
You have to you do sand first or polish first?
I polish first. You want to polish it
even if it needs a sand?
Because it might work. It might not need a sand. Because the sanding gives you a chance of destroying the disc. So we want to put the disc obviously this way with the data facing this way. You don't want to clean the label. That would be pretty idiotic. You want to go ahead.
Before?
No, never. I'm not
okay,
stupid.
And then there goes your battery terminal.
Battery terminal, like you can do it with one hand. So this just not. You don't have to do this tight. Like just snug fit. Think about it. It's not moving. You can also test to know if your CD disc. You spin this as long as it's not wobbly. Here, I've used it a few times. It still has a lot of life left. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna wet it. I actually wet it in the sink ahead of time. You could spray with water. A little water. Get the pad nice and wet. You notice it's a Velcro pad. And it has a hole in it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty hard to mess up. You just basically put the pad in the hole. This is really good. The ultimate polish is good.
Bro, let's do the ultimate.
It's ultimate. So it's the first time we're gonna put.
Looks like you got it at a garage sale for $3.
I actually paid less than that. I got a really good deal.
Yeah.
So we can do the first time you're gonna put a lot more than you need to. I'm just kind of dabbing it a little bit, and then the only thing you use. This is the polish that comes with the kit. You know what you use this for? Use it as an applicator.
Anything.
You can use anything, but I'm saying that's all you really use this stuff for. Before we start, now here's the real magic. So we're using the JFJ Bad Ultimate Polish.
Yep.
Close it. Now you will need to spray this with water. 1, 2, 3. Just enough water to give enough moisture to combine with the wax. It will give a really nice polish. So you're gonna get this with 2 fingers. You're gonna wait for a snap.
Oh wow, it pushes down really hard.
Yes, it snaps into place.
Can you open that one more time?
Yes, I absolutely can.
Because you can see the CD really. You can even see the indentation.
And you can see it really touching on the polish of the disc. It's really gonna get a good polish.
Yeah, go slow.
Yeah, we're gonna go slow so we can kind of show you. So
hold on. And then go ahead and slam it the way. Yeah,
and you hear that snap.
Yeah.
And here's the thing about this. It has options you can do all this time. 2 minutes, you're wasting pad and product. No need. 1 minute, if your disc is really scratched, it's a waste of time. 20 seconds is going to come out perfect. I guarantee it. So we do 20 seconds, and it just turns on. It's not too loud. This is a very manual machine. This is why it's cheaper. All those machines are thousands of dollars. If you're a small person, you're doing like a few discs. And you notice, see, look at all the wax that spreads apart. This is all the extra wax. So now what we want to do is we want to go to the disc. We want to see how easy it comes off.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Wow. Because of that battery terminal.
100%. It's because people do. Like, they've seen.
And we can see the splatter. Wow, quite a bit of it down there.
It's gonna make a mess. That's why it's made.
You could probably reuse that, couldn't you?
No, you cannot. Because it has pad and dirt. You don't want to put pad and dirt back on it.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is all product. See how we kept most of the product out of this area? That's why the felt tape's there to keep the product from the inside of this. So now, so here's the step. So with a clean microfiber, it doesn't have to be a good one. We're gonna go in. We're gonna clean off the excess
pad.
This is the wax, the polish. Oh. So I'm just kind of.
You don't think there's any pad element in there?
Probably not. No. So what I do is I'll do this. I'll get the side, and this is not our final one. I'm just getting most of the stuff off. This is not our final clean. And then with the laser media, the really important part. Now we're gonna hit this with 2 spritz. 1, 2, and you can do 3 sometimes. You kind of want to coat the whole disc, and I give it a nice shake. I want to move all the liquid around to spread it. Now we want to wait about 30 seconds to a minute to let it sit. It's gonna get all like the oxidation, all the dirt. This actually does work, I kid you not. So what I usually do is I'll put it to the side and I do another disc. Okay. And I'll just kind of like hammer them out this way in a polish. And then with a clean microfiber, my cleanest one I have, once this is dry, we're gonna go in. You don't do a circle. It's gonna just give you little micro scratches.
Go from inside out.
I'll get all that stuff off and I'll make it. You wanna kind of do this in like good lighting so you can kind of see it. Oh man, this came out good.
All right, and then let me show. I mean,
Am I-
it's basically new. Like,
I mean, how much better does that look than before? Did I miss any spots? I might need a little more.
I'm just trying to show everybody that it's
I can actually use it to clean your camera.
basically a mirror.
Yeah.
Here are the after results. You can kind of see the ceiling reflected in these a little bit. The sun over there. This channel. Nice. Metroid Prime, baby.
Metallica is here!
So we have this Dead Space 2 Xbox 360 game, and so you see this brown ring around the inside? That's going to be disc rot, and so that is unfixable.
So this is a Xbox game and a Blu-ray game. These are games I've destroyed because this has so many scratches and over
You can
sanded.
kind of see right in the back by my finger that's moving.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of a raise, or even a divot.
This is lost media. It lost, the data that's on the disc because I over sanded it.
Okay, and then I'm going to drop that one.
And this is a Blu-ray. You have to be so careful with Blu-rays. I don't recommend sanding Blu-rays.
This is a PS3.
It's a Blu-ray.
Yeah. Well, I know, but all PS3 are Blu-ray.
You have to have a special Blu-ray sanding disc, and this one says to support it, but I do not recommend doing it. Only polished Blu-rays. You can do a light through it. It's bad.
Because the
gonna
cover is messed up too.
It's gonna be messed up, corrosion and data. So this is another bad game. I have a bunch of bad games that
The JFJ Easy Pro. So why'd you go with this one versus like some of the other ones out there?
It's the cheapest one on the market that actually works.
What's up with all this tape on here?
So this is all plastic, and the like wax.
The
and
rubbing
stuff.
compound
Yeah,
falls off.
exactly, and it's not good on the plastic. The plastic wears off after a while. It's
So
a cheap.
this is your cover.
This is just to cover it, yeah. And it's the
Dang.
cheapest thing you do. Some people put like packing tape. I just do it to protect the arms. It protects the arms because the arms eventually snap after a few years. Because it's just plastic. Think about just plastic. All it really is a wheel. This is pretty flat that spins, and you put a disc on it, and you just put a pad and it polishes. It's just a polishing wheel. It's mostly very good for polishing games, not so much for sanding
And now
games.
show me the different disc options, like the sanding versus the polishing pad.
Sure. So these are actually AliExpress pads. So if you want to save some money, you can buy this on Amazon or AliExpress. We'll put the link in the description below if you want to save yourself some money because the pads are very expensive. So it comes with 2 sets of pads. These are AliExpress pads. These are the JFJ pads. These pads are $9.
Let's do a comparison here.
These are $9 pads.
Show me the Alibaba pad.
in your hand.
Can you pull one out so we can like see them side by side?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the top or the bottom?
This is the bottom. So it has a piece of Velcro here. If you notice the same way. See how this thing, it's Velcro.
Yeah.
You Velcro them down and it has a hole. So what I do in the AliExpress ones, I poke a little hole here with a screwdriver.
I feel like you just go to Home Depot and
You can.
and then just cut your own. Out
People
of
do
the big hole.
Bayer brower pads, 3D pads. You can put a different pad. The biggest issue is the length, because you think about it. When you put a disc,
The height, you mean.
it's going to be a little higher on it. It's going to be a little higher, so it's not going to sit exactly flush. But they're making their money because you only use about half the pad and you have to get a new one. So like this
Yeah.
company knows how to make money because these are like $9, and this whole pack is like what, $6.
You cut those down.
You can cut them, so that's what people do. People actually cut pads. So I do have a Bauer pad here. So this is a Bauer pad, and they come in 6 inches. And see how you cut the sides?
Yeah.
So you can use this is actually a Bauer pad, and this is see I cut the sides, and you can absolutely do that. But they don't recommend it like, oh, avoid your warranty, it's gonna break. It doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So pads are one thing to say, like you
And
want.
how firm are the pads? Because I feel like it's also going to push down on it.
You got to put water on it. So you want to
So
put
this
water.
one's super firm.
Super firm. It's
yeah,
good
let
for
me
taking.
feel these ones. So Bauer is not firm.
You can get to. There's different types of pads. These are.
And then the Alibaba is.
That's the sandpaper pad. This is sandpaper.
Sandpaper. And then
that's
the
a firm one.
Alibaba
It's nice and firm.
Is fair. I'd say the Alibaba one's more similar to the stock.
Exactly, but if
So
you
the
get
Bauer one maybe is a lot less stiff.
that's more for like a straight polish. You have different like it's like when you're waxing or sanding. So you have like a thicker or firmer polish. If you want to make it, I mean, it can get really complicated. That's why people just
okay,
want.
then let me see the sanding pad.
So this is a sanding pad. So you have 2 types. This is soft sand, which is like 1,000 grit, and you have like a 1,200 grit, which is a coarse sand. I also bought. You can buy aftermarket sanding pads and just glue them on. So this is like
Some of these seem a little too rough. Oh no, they're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're all like 1,000.
Different grits,
1,500.
exactly. Depending on what you do.
It's not like 180. It's
No,
not like
no,
really
you'll
rough.
destroy the disc. So the main thing with this is you have to add water. Water is going to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
key
yeah, wet
because you
sand,
wet sand
yeah.
everything. People, they don't say in the instructions, so people destroy the disc.
And then you just have a spray bottle?
Exactly, this is just water. And so
Yeah.
what I do is you only sand for 10 seconds at a time. Just water, and you can use all types of wax. The best wax, in my opinion, is the McGuire's Ultimate Compound. The polish
Do you
is
wear
really
gloves
good.
when you do it?
Yeah, because it gets messy. And you need a microfiber, so you wipe everything off. To clean the machine, the first thing you want to do is turn it off. You don't want to actually turn it on and kill yourself. I actually unplug it from the wall. I'm going to use this
Kill
alcohol.
yourself. I think it'd be fine.
I mean, alcohol and paper towels. I'm going to just wipe this down and get all the excess wax and stuff out and clean it out. Clean machine is a good machine. Keep it
I would
clean.
probably just use a rag first, get the majority of it, and
Yeah.
then run back through with.
Yeah, that's fine. Either way.
And so that comes off.
It's a Velcro.
The black disc though stays. Yeah.
Yes, this is stays. So this is how you change your pads. If you do sanding or whatever, you can just Velcro it on. And see, we did what? 5
Yeah.
discs. We use a little bit pad. So
Yeah.
I average. You get about 90 discs per pad. 90.
Yeah.
Depending if you do 20-second polishes. If you do
And
a
how
minute
many
polish,
pads come with the machine?
2.
And then how much are new pads?
They're like $10. They're heck of
Each.
expensive. They're way, that's why I get the other aftermarket.
Yeah.
They're too expensive.
Yeah. No.
But they work. They definitely do work.
Yeah.
If you get a good polish in the pads, you'll be set.
And this company's probably like, you void your warranty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all about it. Like, oh, it didn't work. Oh, it's because you didn't use our pad. You didn't use our product.
Yeah.
They won't ever sponsor me, but it's like, yeah, one of those things. So with the water, you're just gonna come in and just like kind of clean it out.
Bro,
you can actually
could've had
take
free
this
pads
out.
for life, bro. You just messed it up.
I know, it's fine.
Okay.
But
that makes sense. Yeah, you're just gonna.
But when I first started, I was reusing. But think about it, you're putting this wax back on the disc. You don't want to do that. It's gonna
and
be
it has-
dirt and pad. And so a lot of people ask me, like, why don't you just reuse the wax that flew off? Like, I guess you could. Like, yeah, I probably could use this wax here on the tape. It's probably still good.
Yeah, that flung up.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one of those things. Just
Yeah. Especially because you could get this stuff. I mean, one bottle of that.
I
How many
paid-
discs do you think?
Oh.
I know what you paid, but I'm saying even if you paid $10 for that on Amazon.
Yeah, you probably-
How long is that going to last you?
probably 200 discs, 300
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Way cheaper than buying product.
I mean, at that point, you're like pinching pennies, you know.
Exactly.
This is a great option for people, especially if you need to do things in bulk. I want to do another video. If you're just watching this channel, you don't have any of this stuff, I would definitely try toothpaste or even manually applying polish if you feel comfortable after watching this video, making sure you're putting in the right strokes in the right direction and not too much pressure and you're cleaning everything off. I'm going to do a follow-up video to see if maybe there's some cheaper hand tools and you could do it yourself. I'll save that for another video. But if you are somebody who has a lot of discs or you have a CD collection or there's a group of you that can really use this, then it totally makes sense to buy something more professional, have a more uniform way of cleaning these things. But I'll put a link to all these products. I think the first thing to buy is the spray and just try cleaning it. Maybe it's just dirty. The second thing to try is some sort of polish or cleaner that's maybe a little bit more going to actually give it like a glaze and actually help with the glass itself. And then there's the sanding option, which would be if you have a really messed up disc. But you know, some of these retro games are multi-$100s, so it kind of pays for itself fairly quickly. Anyways, that's what I think. There'll be links to all this stuff in the descriptions. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.